Hey guys, hopefully if you're watching this video, you're in my criminal justice 1010 class. I think most of you that have taken this class know me. For those of you that don't, I'll kind of sum it up this way. I certainly love to go to school. Went to UNLV for over 20 years getting my degrees. So I love being a student, probably more than being an instructor. But more importantly, I think teaching this class, what gives me a different perspective is the fact that I did my career as a police officer for the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, spending over 20 years dealing with the issues that we're watching in the news today. So, unfortunately, we're teaching in an online format. I love the Socratic method. I love arguing points for those of you that have had me in the past. And we clearly have got a lot of things we could discuss. Without a doubt, criminal justice needs to change. We need reform across the board, not just in policing, but in the courts, and certainly in corrections. So we're living in a time that I do agree we need a lot of reform, a lot of changes in what we're going to do. But I think most of us will agree that we still have to control for those people out there in society that commit violent crimes on one another. So as we're starting to deal with how do we control for people that hurt one another, at the same time treating humanity with dignity in a way that we haven't in the past, is not going to be an easy task. We're going to discuss a lot of things that are going to be controversial. I'm not going to give you a lot of my opinion. I want you to give me your opinion. I apologize for my dogs, my cat. Hey, they're all over the place. It's what it is, but it's what it is. So what we're going to do first is we're going to be talking about the syllabus, because that's what you want to know today. Today we're going to talk about the syllabus. What do you do to get the grade? And you can see that I'm going to be using Canvas, obviously. We're teaching this class online. So when you get on Canvas, when you pull up the syllabus, you'll see that my course, whether it's face-to-face or whether in this format that we're doing here online, a lot of your grade's going to be based on essays that you write. I'm not trying to create busy work. It really helps you understand what's going on out there. Half of these essays will just be a one-page turn-in, and I'll give you instructions on how these should be written up. And it's just a one-page write-up of a news article that you read anywhere you want. I mean, you can get online anywhere you want, reputable news source, and pull up a news article based on criminal justice. Every day we have something. What the cops are doing, what the corrections are doing, what judges are doing. I want you to pull up an article that's interesting to you, and I want you to read it, and in one page summarize it. Don't give me too much. I don't want a book report. In fact, I'm a news junkie. I probably have already read it. What I want to read is, what's your opinion on this? Did the cops do something wrong? Did the judge do something wrong? Did the courts do something wrong? I want your opinion on what's happening in this city, no matter where it's at in the world. It doesn't just have to be focused on the United States. In my course, we're going to be looking generally at human behavior worldwide. Certainly we're going to talk about the United States, but if you find an article somewhere else, let's bring it up. That's one type of paper. The other paper that you're going to write is a 2-page paper, and I'll give you instructions on that as well. But it's going to be based on an academic article that I have you read. I want you to be thinking about the topic that the academic is laid in front of you, and I want you to give me your impressions or your opinion on your beliefs on that particular topic. So again, you'll see the essays that we're going to do. There are certain things in the class that I have to do. For instance, it's comprehensive, meaning the final has to be for the entire course. I'm not big on a normal distribution of curves, so I'm not trying to get anybody to fail this course. In fact, if everybody gets an A, great. So read the syllabus, look at the assignments when they're due. What I normally do is once a test is done, all the assignments that were due prior to that, then we'll be past that point. So I'll let you turn in late stuff up until the test. Once we do the test, I generally don't. So get the papers in. There's going to be some concepts that we're going to discuss. Clearly, I'm going to be doing a lot of these video lectures because I want you to understand this was what I dealt with in my career. This is what we're dealing with now in certain cities across the United States. This is, this is what we've been doing. Where should we be going in the future? So we're going to see a lot of these video presentations. All I'm going to do, I'm actually going to give you extra credit. So in Canvas, I'm going to give you 5 points, and all you're going to do is write one sentence saying, I watched it. That's all I want. I watched the video lecture. Clearly, I know you could say that and get the 5 points never watching it. That's fine. But let's talk about the test and the book. The book that I have for the course is a small book. It's just enough to give you some understanding of the topics. If there's something that confuses you between the book, because it's not a good book, it's a cheap book, and that's why I assign it so you don't have to spend a lot of money. But between the lecture and the book, if you're still confused, I have lots of good books that I'd be glad to put in the office, on the 4th floor, and you can just go by anytime and pick it up. So send me emails. Send me emails if you're confused on any topic. What I'm also going to do is, I think that there are some topics that some students like to discuss, that it's too much in an email format. So I'm not going to require anybody at all to come and discuss the topic, but I will throw it out there that what I try to do is I'm going to be at the Grind drinking coffee on Friday mornings. Friday mornings at 9 o'clock, I'm there, I'm drinking coffee, and I open it up for any students in any of my classes. If they just want to come, I'm going to be wearing a mask, so I'll wear a mask. I don't want to get this thing either, but it gives you that ability that if it's something at length that you're dying to know, why do cops do this? Why do the courts do this? And you want to have that face-to-face interaction, I'd be glad to have students come there and ask those questions. You don't have to. It's not required at all. If you have just something that you don't understand, send me an email. If you want a book, I'll give you a book. I'm going to do whatever I can to help you understand these topics. I think we can all agree that this is extremely important right now with all the things that are going on in criminal justice. So look at the syllabus. There will be quite a few papers you're going to write, but they're 1 page, 2 page at a time. The tests that I'm going to test you on, not worth a lot of points. Clearly 15% each test, and it'll cover a couple of chapters. The final will cover the entire course, but I will tell you that I give a review before each test. I will do a video lecture review, and I will tell you everything that's going to be on the test. So if you watch that review, and of course it's an open book test and open notes, I'm going to put it online like on a Friday. You got the whole weekend. So I expect basically 100% on the test, so don't stress over the test. If you have any questions, send me an email or drop by when I'm drinking my coffee at the Grind. Either way, I look forward to at least open your mind to what's happening out there, because a lot of us are going to be seeing in the news all these things happening and not quite understanding how did we get to this point. So I look forward to the next lecture. See you next time.